Okay, good morning. Welcome to Thursday Morning Mobility Flow. My name is Coach Deb, and thank you for joining me on this last Thursday in August. So again, August, it has a big focus on hip health. So we'll be working strength today for the hips, and we'll also be doing a lot of lengthening and opening up the hips, a lot of frontal line. So there's going to be a lot of feel-good movements. But the hip stuff is going to be work. We need to keep those hips healthy. So let's get going. I have my Wi-Fi working today. Last week it was off. So we're going to start with the short stick. We'll be working with the two tall sticks also. Keep in mind everything you can do with one tall stick. You can work unilaterally, so I'll guide you through this. But just to start out, let's go ahead and just take the short stick, or if you have a long stick, rest it in the palms of your hands. And I want you to just start moving laterally, moving into that side-to-side movement, focusing on more the horizontal or frontal plane. Just nice side-to-side. I have a light grip. I'm working in a little pendulum movement. I'm just going to get a nice dynamic warm-up going here for us. A couple more. Let's hold it to the right and just push with the bottom hand. Just push up, get a little lengthening here. And then move to the left. A little lengthening here, push up, and come back center. Switching your grip, palms are facing down. Let's go right into the sagittal plane. So inhale, reach up, open up the chest, exhale. And again, inhale, reach. One more time. Inhale, hold it right here. We're gonna give a little pull on the stick. So as we're doing this warm up, we're gonna activate our grip a bit. So maybe just 10-20%. Pull the stick apart. And now push it together. And pull. Keep that pull activation and lower the stick right to your chest. Right to your chest. We're going to hit that transverse plane and just dividing the body in half here, moving side to side. I have a slight, I just felt a little crack in my back. There you go, a little adjustment. But what I'm doing is I'm pulling the stick apart, just light, 10-20% as I move into this twisting motion here. Come back center, and then lower the stick right to the thighs. Bring the legs in, more parallel. We're gonna hinge forward. So the connection of the stick is right into the tops of your thighs. Start to hinge forward, just to 90 degrees. And come on up. Let's do that again. Hinge forward. Go a little deeper. And come on up. Raise the stick up high. Bring it right behind the head and neck. Now these are called good mornings. So I have my arms bent, but the stick is resting at the top of the shoulders. I have a strong connection. I'm going to hinge forward again. Hinge forward. And come on up. Let's do two more. Hinge forward. So again today, a lot of focus on hip mobility. A hinge in the hips is a very functional movement we humans need to be able to do correctly and safely. Let's bring the stick right in front of the chest. Take a little bit of wider stance and we'll go into some rotational moves. Again, this can be done with the long stick, the tall stick, but I like the short stick for this movement because I can grip at the end. I feel like I just have more control over the movement and just rolling through those shoulders. Just nice dynamic movement here. Breathe, start connecting with your breath. And let's reverse. Roll it back, roll it back. Focus on this movement. on this big circular movement. You can go slow, a little bit faster, just focusing on different tempos. Nice. And ease on out. Let's place the stick. I'm gonna show this to you sideways. My right leg is forward, left back. Stick is right at 12 o'clock. Again, short or long stick. I have a strong grip and I'm driving the stick into the floor, radiating into the floor for stability. Let's just start with a reaching the stick forward, hinging forward or lengthening forward, and come back. Push the stick forward and back. Again, this is just the warm-up, just getting the body moving here. Now I'm going to take a dip in my back knee and drive that stick in for support and go on just to a couple of lunges here. Lunge dips. And lower. Trying to keep that 90 degree in that front leg. Ease on out. Let's switch legs. So left leg forward now. Keep that stick driven in at 12 o'clock. And let's go ahead and extend, lengthen, pull it back. So I'm opening at my hip here a bit. And again. Going right into that lunge dip. So my back foot, dorsiflex here, drive that stick in. And just start to lower and lift. Nice. Just waking up those legs a bit. One more. And ease on out. Shake it out. Let's bring the stick. We're going to get into the upper thoracic spine area. Focus more upper body. So taking the stick right at upper mid-back and placing it right in the crooks of your elbows. So again, I'm still working with the short stick. Palms facing up. Start to move into that kayak or circular motion again. We just did the one in front of the chest. Now we're working a little more in that posterior chain area. Hope everybody's having a good Thursday. And let's roll back, roll back. I'm in Northern California and the fog is super heavy here. I don't really have much sunshine, so I'm using artificial light. Been really foggy in the mornings here, but hot. Okay, so let's go ahead, move in a horizontal plane. So with that right arm, I want you to leverage in that right elbow. Start to lift it and go into a little tilt. Now I want you to place that left hand on that thigh. Keep those hip bones facing me. And then just slide the hand down the leg. You'll get a little deeper range. Never too deep. And slowly come out. Nice. Leverage is in that left arm, so start lifting it, lifting the stick, tilting. Right hand on the thigh. And go ahead and slide that hand down towards your knee. Breathe. And slowly come on out. One more in this position. And then we're going to move to 2 sticks and start working the hips. So hinging forward, you're in a nice 90-degree hinge here. Right hand, palm faces that right thigh. Start to reach for that right thigh and press that hand into the top of that thigh. It just naturally lifts that left end of the stick. To get deeper, you're going to slide those fingertips towards your right knee. You're getting into a deep thoracic spine twist here, but it's controlled and supported with a stick. Breathe. Slowly coming out. Switch sides, left palm faces down. Start reaching for that thigh. Get strong connection. Start sliding those fingertips right towards that knee. Hold. Breathe. Slowly ease on out of that. And unhinge. Awesome. All right, going to the taller sticks. I'm gonna work with two tall sticks. These are the 6-foot sticks. If you are 5'8" and taller, you would need a 7-foot stick to get the best, optimum movement with these sticks. Okay, time to work the hips. So we're just gonna we're gonna start with a little warm up. Sticks are parallel into the floor, driving. If you only have one stick, you will take the stick to 12 o'clock. Stack those hands and drive. Okay, so 1 or 2 sticks here. 2 sticks, it's a bit more stability here. So, you're stepping back from the sticks, elbows soften, drive. Legs right underneath the hips, parallel. We're gonna start with the posterior and anterior tilt. So you're just gonna tilt the pelvis forward. So if I show this to you sideways, we're basically doing a standing cat-cow. Tilt forward and back. So you have posterior, anterior. Pop the booty out, okay? So tuck the booty in, which is hard for me to do. Pop it out and keep it going, keep it going. So just keep that movement going. So tuck, tuck, and anterior, posterior, anterior. Keep going. We're warming up the hips here. Moving in that sagittal plane. And just come back to neutral. We're going to take a nice little tilt side to side. So you're going to hike the hip up to the right, hike it to the left, so that heel might lift off the floor a bit. Drive the sticks in. Focus on this movement just in the pelvis. Side to side. Come back center. We're going to do something called a figure 8. So I want you to think of your hips as drawing an 8, the figure 8, infinity sign. So you're going to roll the hip to the right, circle it around to the left, roll it to the back. So you think about this circular movement here, okay? Now the hip, by placing the sticks heavy into the floor, it's just giving you a little more stability to focus on the movement in your hips. One more. And release. All right, we have those hips lubricated and warm up here now. We're gonna start working. We're gonna start working abduction, adduction, all the attachment of these muscles that connect to our hips, strengthening them. Drive those sticks in. We'll start with that right leg. Drive that knee up. Your leg is right between these sticks. And make sure that you have access to reach them. You don't want them too far apart. Drive. We're going to do an external rotation here. So rotate that knee out. Instep of that foot pushes in to the stick. Push. May look like I'm just standing here, but I'm not. I'm pushing, a little tension if you see, I'm pushing with my foot. Maybe at least 20 to 30% tension. Feeling it in my adductor. Internally rotate that knee. Outside of that foot, pushes. Same thing. About the same percentage. And switch. And switch. Breathe. Now, for a little progression, try to raise that knee up and the foot slides up a few inches higher. And here we go. Externally rotate. Ooh, feeling that one? Push. Slowly lower. Come back center. Shake it out. Left leg. Drive. Knee comes up. Right between the sticks. Externally rotate. Instep of that left foot. Pushing. Breathe. So this is strength. It's a subtle movement, but it's a strong movement. Internally rotate, push. You're in charge of the tension that you're putting on or driving into the stick with that foot. Let's switch, push. But I'd say a good percentage would be about 20 to 30% tension for yourself. Anything heavier that you might cramp up. So a moderate push here. Let's drive the leg up a little higher. This is just an option. And external rotation. Breathe. Big inhale, exhale. Slowly lower that leg. Shake it out. Nice job. Okay, we're going to go into a front and knee lift, a front leg extension, and a single leg balance. So standing sideways, I'm going to show this to you. Drive the sticks in. Drive hard. Right leg comes up and drive the knee up. Knee lift, drive. Just standing nice and tall. I really want you to focus on your posture here. That load is in that left leg. Keep it nice and strong and straight. Drive and lower. We're going to progress this. Drive. Knee lifts. Knee kicks out. Hold. This is great strength for just a kicking movement or runners working in that sagittal plane. Bring it back. Kick it out. Kick. Hold. So the hold, it's hard. Hold your leg up like that. Drive those sticks in. Little pulse, pulse, pulse. 4, 3, 2, 1. Working that quadricep. Bend that knee. Now start to kick the leg behind you. Push the sticks away from you. Keep them strong into the floor. Single leg balance here, or a single leg deadlift balance. Breathe. As you ease on out of this, why not? Let's just do this. Open those arms and come back up. Open up the pecs. And ease on out. Shake it out. Okay, let's get the left side. So here we go. I'll show it to you from a different angle now. So left leg drives up. So load, leg is strong, straight, lengthen through the spine. Focus on your posture, drive. Knee lifts. Hold and lower. Drive the sticks in again, drive the knee up. Hold. Now start to do that leg kick out. Kick. I have my foot flexed, just for a little more feeling it in my quadricep here. Bring it back. Power. Kick out. Hold. Hold. Feeling it in the quad. Pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That quadricep attaches to your hips. So let's go ahead and bring it back and let's go into that balance now. Kick that leg back. It's going to be a little lengthening here. Extend. Hold. Breathe. Breathing strong. And now to come out of this, why not just open the arms and get an extra little stretch through the pecs and the biceps. And ease on out of that. Nice. Okay, we're gonna go into a little stretch for the hip flexor before we move into Captain Morgan's, another strength move. But since we just did that through that quad, and that was a lot of work. So take a kneeling position. If you have any cushion for your knee, and keep in mind if you don't want to be on your knee, you can do this also standing, okay? So if you're, like my knees do not want to do that, you could do this standing. So coming down, you're in a lunge position, the right leg is forward. If I show it to you this way, I've got a 90 and a 90, 90, 90. Drive the stick in, my grip is just right about forehead height here. Push that stick in to the mat. All right, with the breath, I want you to take a big inhale, draw the stick in. Inhale, as you exhale, start to move the body forward. Lengthen through the lats, and you're opening that front line from that left knee all the way up into that left hip. And come back center. From here, we're going to do a couple posterior anterior tilts. Let's do that again. So posterior tilt. Now with that posterior tilt, if you're really focusing on moving that pelvis forward, I'll show it to you this way. If you're moving that pelvis forward, right away, I feel my quadricep stretching in that front line there, right up into my hip. But you're going to feel it a lot in your quad. So you're in that posterior, anterior. One more time. Posterior. Focus on drawing the pelvis up, and you're pulling that belly button into your spine, and reverse. Come right back to neutral. All right, we're going to switch sides. Left leg is forward, right back. So you can see now from this angle, the stick is on about 10 inches away from my front foot. 90, 90. Forehead height in the grip. Drive. Plantar flex that back foot. And take a big inhale, draw the stick in, inhale. As you exhale, extend, reach. All right, the stretch is coming all the way up, right into that right hip. Quadricep. Breathe. Slowly come back to neutral. Drive. We're going to work in that posterior anterior tilt again. So posterior tilt. Focus on your hips, and you're going to tuck them towards the stick. So just by doing that again, you're going to feel this stretch right here. Posterior, anterior. Focus on the movement only in the hips. Only in the hips. Anterior tilt, 2 more. Posterior tilt, hold. Anterior. Posterior. Breathe. Come back to neutral. And slowly ease on out. All right, we did a little stretching for that. And now we're going to go into a move called Captain Morgan. So what Captain Morgan is going to focus on is we're going to keep those hips stable in that horizontal plane, but we're going to focus on individual movement with one leg. So stability, but also mobility. Okay, stick comes to 3 o'clock. Right to your right side, 3 o'clock. You have a soft bend in the elbow. Left stick comes 12 o'clock. All There we go. Drive. Drive the heart. Really strong radiation into the floor here. You're going to need this to really keep your body stable. Here we go. So drive your knee up. And you don't want the stick too far away. You want to be able to connect that instep of your right foot in. So here it goes. Push. My knee is at 90 degrees. Push in. I'm feeling that right in my adductor. Again, 20 to 30% tension. Breathe. Now, start to open the hip. And outside of that foot, explore this tension. Push. Ooh, boy. I'm feeling that one. I've been doing a lot of cycling lately. So feeling it. Keeping those hips strong. And come back to that 12 o'clock. Well, let's try this again. Open. I'm going to give you a progression, optional. Try to drive that knee up higher. Woo! Push into that stick. Tension. Tension. Hold, hold, hold. Slowly lower. And bring that leg back to 12 o'clock. Shake it out. That is work. Let's switch sides. Stick is at 9 o'clock. Here we go. We're working that left side. Drive again. Nice and strong. Left leg comes up. Push. So if you look at the stick tension I'm putting into it, you can see. Now, it's honestly, I'm only doing probably about 20% tension here. That's all my adductor can handle at this moment. Drive. Start to open the leg. Outside of the leg, pushes. Now the key here, like I said, keep those hips in that horizontal plane. So you're not turning. You want to keep those hips facing me. The movement is working that leg individually. Nice. Bring it back. Drive and push. Adduct. You're adducting here with that left leg. Breathe. Abduction, open, tension into that stick. We have that challenge. Focus. Let's try to drive that leg higher. Oof. Oofa. You can see, I don't know if you can see this, my leg is shaking. But I'm keeping that steady tension. Slowly lower. Come back to 12 o'clock. Shake it out. That's work, you guys. Okay, nice job. We're going to do one more for the hips, and then we'll start going into some deep stretches, okay? We'll start adding some of the treats like bow and arrow. And then I have a nice stretch on the floor for adductors and hips. Okay. Sticks out on each side of you. 9 o'clock, 3 o'clock. They're at an angle, so they're not straight up and down. You want to make sure they're at an angle here. You're standing nice and tall, legs tight together. You're right in the center between these sticks. Drive. We're going to work a little abduction here. So hovering your right foot, starting with the right side. Right foot. Drive those hips in. Start to open the leg, and my leg is in front of that stick. It's in the front of it, and I am connecting to it, slightly pushing into it, very little, maybe 5-10%. And I'm going to try to lift that leg even higher, even higher, even higher. Breathe. Slowly lower. So the benefit of these sticks, if you try doing this movement without them and lifting that leg higher, 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 very stable, not an easy feat to do. So the sticks help stabilize our movement and help us perfect it. So let's drive it again one more time. Hover that right foot. Let's start to lift. Leg is in front of that stick. Lift higher. Maybe a little higher. Maybe a little higher. Can we go one more? Higher. Right to that 90 degree. And slowly lower. Whew. Shake it out. Let's get the left side. Drive. Hover that left foot. Abduct. Leg is in front of the stick. Connect. Go higher. Higher. A little bit higher. Hold, hold, hold. Big inhale. Exhale. Slowly lower. Drag. All right, we're going again. Hover, abduct, lift the leg higher, higher. Can we go higher? Oof. Oh, this one's hard. And slowly, slowly lower. Nice. Shake it out. All right, we are moving to one stick. We are going to go into some brachiation moves, some more stretches now. So hanging monkeys. I'm going to take you into a kneeling position. So you're coming down. Again, this is something, if you don't want to kneel, you could do it. You could do it standing too, okay? So come on down if you want to try the kneeling one. And I think let me show it to you this way, this time. Right leg is forward. I'm reaching just towards the top of the stick here. And I'm going to start to just move my body weight forward. And I'm going into a hang. So I'm pushing my body weight forward. The stick is right on the inside of my inner thigh here. Well, it's not connected, it's further away. But that's about the placement of it. And hang. Nice. So now I want to just hang and push my body weight into the stick even more. So if I show it to you this way, I want you to see this movement here. I am actually moving into the stick. My hip is moving to the left. Breathe. I'm going to lightly grip with that opposite hand for now. Just get myself stable. And now I'm going to rotate and turn towards the right. Towards the right, releasing. A little bit deeper, getting really deep into that hip flexor, oblique. Breathe, breathe. Now let's slowly rotate to the left. If you want to hold on to that stick, you want to kickstand that leg, back leg a bit, just to get deeper. Open. And come on back center. And hang. Nice. Let's switch sides. So again, any knee issues, do this in a split standing position. Here we go. Reaching up. So the movement, show it to you at an angle here. You're going to push your body weight forward. Opening up that lateral line here through the lat, hip. Breathe. Ease on out. Now I'm going to turn towards my left. So starting to rotate, you can either with one hand here for more stability. Turn towards the left. Getting a deeper deeper lengthening here. Come on back. Let's go, I skipped that one where we put our body weight into the stick, so let's do it. So just push your hip, push that right hip into the stick. Ease on out. Now open. Open up. I'm going to kickstand my back leg a little bit so I can get a little better rotation here. Slowly come on out of this and come back to stand. We're going to go into our bow and arrow. We have to get our bow and arrow in, and then I'm going to take you to the floor. All right, here we go. Sticks at 3 o'clock. One of stick mobility's staple moves because it hits everything. Strength, lengthening, it's an amazing move. So 3 o'clock. Your inside arm, your placement, I've seen people try to do bow and arrow like this. So you need to make sure that arm is at 90 degrees. 90 degrees. Drive. Drive hard, right where the sticker is. Opposite arm comes out. You're going to tilt to your left. Pull the stick towards you so you can grip at the top. Nice. So you're set up for your bow and arrow now. Your hip bone's facing me. To get into this, you're going to push your hips out to the left. Big inhale. As you exhale, activate and press into the stick for your bow and arrow. There you go. Hold, breathe. Big inhale, exhale. If you want to get into it deeper, you can just do a little external rotation. Come back center. Ease on out. Whew. Shake it out. We're going to do one more here. We'll get one more in. 2 on each side. Drive. Maybe this time you want to explore a different placement of the stick. If you bring it closer to your foot, it's going to be harder to get into this push, but it's going to challenge your strength a little bit more. If you move the stick further away, which I'm going to do, it's going to allow for a deeper tilt and a deeper range of motion in that upper thoracic area, okay? So here you go. Either closer, center, or further away. Pull the stick towards you, grip, hips. Take a big inhale as you exhale. Open, press into your bow. Push, you're pushing, you're pulling. You have a bit of an oppositional strength move happening here, but you're opening up that whole left lateral line, entire lateral line from your foot to your fingertips. Breathe. Slowly ease on out. All right, let's switch sides. Let's switch sides. 9 o'clock, 90 degrees, right here, right here. I have again about 10, 12 inches. We're starting in the middle. Arm comes out, pull that stick towards you, high grip, drive. Hips move to your right. Big inhale and exhale, bow and arrow. Just hold, hold, hold. Again, if you want to get that little external rotation, you can open up. Ease on out of that. Shake it out. One more with the option of closer to the foot or further away. I'm going to go further away to get a deeper range of motion in that tilt. So here we go. Center the stick. Drive. Reach up. Grip. Hips move to the right. Big inhale and exhale. This is such an amazing move here. It just, your body just loves this. And when people do this for the first time in my classes, it's fun to see their faces. They're just kind of like, wow. It's pretty awesome. And slowly, slowly come on out. Good job. All right, shake it on out, shake it on out. We're gonna come to the floor now and do some stretches. I'm gonna go back to the short stick for this, but you can use the tall stick for it also. But just highlighting the shorter stick. Okay, have a seat. We're gonna work in that abductor and get a little 90-90. Right leg extends, left leg is bent. And it's not quite, it's about a 90, I guess, right here. Okay, bringing that stick on the inside of your right thigh. You're gonna push your body forward, stabilize with the opposite hand. So again, this is what I like about the short stick because you have more access to the grip. With the tall stick, you're right here, but that's okay. All right, here we go. So we're gonna start with just a hinge, pushing over to your right side, getting deep, feeling it right in that adductor. And the stick is just helping us get into that. You're feeling it in the piriformis a bit here. Reach up and over. And slowly come on out. Now we're gonna hinge forward. So taking that stick, drive, opposite hand comes forward, your left hand's forward, and reach, reach. So you're getting a lengthening through that right lat, through the spine. Open up. And now we're gonna go into a 90-90. Now, if this doesn't feel good, the 90-90 is bending that back leg here. You have a 90-degree, 90-degree. If that is too much for you, just keep that leg out, okay? So going into this 90-90, I'm lining this up with the stick here, just to make sure. That stick comes on the inside of that thigh. This is called a mermaid stretch. It's a Pilates move. Very tough if you have tight hips, which I do. Very tight from cycling. So I'm gonna start to push the stick to the right. Oof. And opposite arm reaches over. Some people can really go deep into this. I have to work on this and just ease into it. Breathe. Slowly come on out. We're gonna get that other side. Bring those legs forward, shake it out. Left leg extends, right leg is bent in front at a 90. Take it on the inside of your right thigh here. Drive the stick in, and we're gonna reaching towards the left here, sorry, left. And right arm comes up. Come back center. We're gonna hinge forward now. Opposite arm comes forward and lengthen. So where you're feeling this a lot is right in this piriformis area, glute, and that right leg. Come on back. Let's try that 90-90 with a mermaid stretch. So front leg, and then left leg, line that foot up. Again, if this is just too much, extend that leg. Bring it on the inside. Ooh, I don't know, we'll see if I can do this one. Very tight. But the stick was gonna help me get into this a little bit. So I'm gonna reach over towards my left, and my right arm comes over to follow. Whew. And just hold. Like I said, I know I look pretty stiff because I am. And this hips is a tough one for me. And this is why it's been so great to work on the hips this month. Slowly, slowly come on out of that. Nice. Release that leg. Whew, shake it out. Shake it out. Okay, we are done. 2 minutes over. That is the end of our class. While I'm talking to you, you can take this stick and roll it on top of your quads here for a little SMR. This works as a nice foam roller too. Anyway, you guys have a great Thursday. That's it for me for August. Next month, September, Jessie from Florida will be on Thursdays, and I will be back in October. So I hope you've been enjoying the Hip Health Month with all the coaches. Super important movement, super important functional movement to have strong hips. Without strong hips, we can't do much. So great tools to get, team. If you guys don't have these yet, go to the Stick Mobility page, or you can hit me up, WF Gleeson. On my Instagram, I have a promo code to get these sticks. I would recommend the bundle, all of them. Then you can do classes with this. All our classes live live on our YouTube page. They're not live, they're recorded. They're on our YouTube page, and they're also on our IG page. So hit us up, get your sticks, come do classes with us every Saturday with Ray, Tuesday with George and Kelly, and Thursdays with me, Coach Deb, and Jessie. Have a great day.